Hello and welcome back to my fall makeup lookbook. Today we are going to be doing another look. If you haven't already seen the first one that I did, I will link it up in the cards. And today we are going to be doing more of like a cranberry kind of brown black look with, I don't know, maybe some kind of gold on the lid or something like that. So it's not going to be like super colorful, but it's still going to pack a punch and it's going to be really pretty. So I'm excited. I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with my MAC paint pot, and then I'm going to set this because I know which shadows that we're going to be using today. So the reason why I set my base today is because I know that like darker shades and like shades in like more of the brown black family tend to stick pretty well to your lid no matter what. So they're not like having a neon yellow where the yellow pigment kind of needs something to stick onto. I don't know why it's harder to formulate those kind of colors, but it seems like it is. So I'm first going to dip into my Saharan 2 palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to put this beautiful cranberry shade down here in my crease. And I'm using my BH Cosmetics 9 brush. This brush is really good and nice and fluffy for just putting down transition shades. So I'm basically putting this into my whole crease. Next I'm just taking a clean brush and I'm just going to go over the line here to make sure that it is blended. Next up, I'm taking a shade from my Dark Magic palette, and I'm going to be using this dark brown down here, and I'm going to use that to deepen out my crease with. And I'm going in with a bit of a smaller fluffy brush. This is the ColourPop E9, and I'm first going to just place this in the outer corner. And I'm being pretty heavy-handed with this because it is going to be a dark look, and I'm also going to go in with black after. So once I got this placed down where I want it, I'm going to start using small circular motions and just pulling the shade in. I'm totally fine with losing a lot of that pink shade because I didn't want this to be like a pink look. I just wanted that as a base for the rest that I'm putting on top. And again, I'm being very heavy-handed with this color because I do want this to be a dark look. And I am going to go in and cut my crease as well, which is why I'm not super careful on the inside here. And I'm pulling this in my whole crease as well. I'm dipping into a little bit more of that first shade that we put down on my Sigma E36, and I'm just going to slightly run this on top before I just put down that brown shade, because I want to bring this color back just a tiny bit, but not so much that it looks like a pink look. So lastly, in my crease, I'm going to put this black from the Dark Magic palette. I'm using my ColourPop E9 brush again, and I'm going to just pack this onto my outer corners. And I'm not going to really blend this into my crease at all because I feel like the crease shade is dark enough as it is. But I'm going to make sure that it is blended into the crease colors. And for my shimmer shades today, I'm going to use my Pat McGrath. This is the Decadence palette. And I'll be using... I'm first going to go in with this shade right here on the outer part of my lid, and then I'll probably use the gold, I think, in my inner corner and a little bit down in my lower lash lines. So I'm going to first put on a little bit of glitter glue because these shades tend to crease on me, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to start by patting this where I want that darkest shade to be. And I know I said I was going to cut my crease, but honestly there is no point with these shadows because they are so pigmented and so pretty. So I'm just going to do one eye at a time here because I don't want this to dry. So here goes that dark shade from the Pat McGrath palette, and I'm just tapping it on. And the shape is blending beautifully into the black and everything else, which is just what I wanted. I'm going to do the same thing in my inner corner, put down the glitter glue, and then I'm going to go in with the gold, and that's when you'll really see Pat McGrath shine because her gold is so beautiful. You could also use silver here if you wanted that instead, but I think I'm going to go in with gold today because I don't use gold that often, and I really do like gold eyeshadow, so Also, just having seen like so many reviews on the Natasha Denona gold palette, I think it just makes me want to wear gold, even though I don't really use gold that much. But I really want that palette for some reason, and I absolutely don't need it, so let's go in with that gold shade. And this is not with a wet brush, this is on top of glitter glue. I have not sprayed this at all. Just look at that pigment. And before I put that gold in my inner corner, I'm going to go back into my Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to smoke this out on my lower lash line. I picked up a little bit of gold on my Morphe M149 brush, and I sprayed this as well because I am putting it on my lower lash line, so I want this to be foiled. And I'm also putting it into my inner corner quite a bit, and also connecting it with my lid. And to finish up with the eyes, I'm gonna just trace my upper lash line with some liquid liner and put on some mascara, and then I'll be right back. Liner mascara is on, and in my waterline I put Tornado by Urban Decay. This is just a dark purple, and I think for my lips I was looking for a more of like a nudish pink shade because I wanted to go with the crease. I don't really want to go with like a brown, so I'm gonna try to use my Lovesick by Jaclyn Hill. I got this in BoxyCharm this month, and I know I haven't done a BoxyCharm video, but I didn't really feel like the products in it were good for me to make a video on, so I might just skip this month because it had a couple of skincare products and stuff like that that I don't feel like I'm very good at giving you guys an opinion on. So for me, it wasn't really like a box that I want to really make a video on. So I'm just gonna probably skip this month. So I'm gonna put this on. This is such a pretty shade. I'm going to wait for this to dry just a little bit, and then on top I'm gonna put this Marc Jacobs gloss stick. This is in the shade One Mauve Time. So I'm gonna put this on top because the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks are usually pretty drying. So here is the finished look. This is the kind of look that I will do if we're going out for dinner somewhere fancy or something like that, where I kind of want to tone down my look a little bit. I don't want it to be like a blue and green and orange kind of cut crease kind of situation, you know, like if you're going out for like a nice dinner at a restaurant and you kind of want to feel like you belong but still stand out. This is the kind of look that I would do, and I do feel like it's very fall inspired with the dark colors and the cranberries and the golds and all that. So again, this could also be a holiday look if you wanted to do something similar to this for a holiday event or a party or something like that. So yeah, I think this is a fun look, and I just feel pretty in these kind of looks, you know? I don't feel necessarily like edgy or cool, but I just feel pretty, and sometimes it's nice to just feel pretty too. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're all having an amazing day. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you'd subscribe, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye!